Welcome to this reflection with me on realities of life and faith. Today we are going to talk about fear. In the last episode, we talked about confidence. A person who has no confidence is full of fear. Now, fear is also very close to worry, which we had already discussed before. Now, fear and worry are very close to each other, that we can say they are two sides of the same coin. A person who is fearful is also full of worry. And when you are worried, you become fearful. What is the meaning of fear? Fear is a human response to a perceived threat or danger. This danger can be real or it can be imaginary. But when you perceive the threat, you are afraid. Let me ask you, do you have fear? What are we afraid about? There's so many things that we are afraid about. We are afraid of the dangers and harm that may come our way. We are afraid of our death, of sickness. We are afraid of rejection. We are afraid of failures, and so many other things we can mention. Now, how does fear affect us? How does fear affect you? Now, fear can be good when it helps us plan for solution to whatever problem we are afraid of. However, excessive fear controls us totally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Physically, when we are afraid, we tend to have fast heartbeat. We tend to lose our sleep. It affects our mental capacity to think positively. Our thoughts are always negative because we are afraid. In terms of our emotion, we are anxious, we are worried all the time, and it can also weaken our spiritual mentality or spiritual faith in God. It tells us when we are afraid that there's no one to help us, not even God can help us. Now, do you experience fear? May I ask this again? Some of you may say sometimes, others may say all the time. Now, how does the world deals with fear? How do we usually deal with fear? There are three ways in which we deal with fear. Many a time we look for escape route. We try to escape fear. This route may be, we engage into some distractions that will take us away from this mental fear. And also other times we try to control. We can try to control the fear, with things that we are in our position to deal with it. We try to control it. Other times we are seeking help. We seek counsel. We share with other people who can help us, so on and so forth. I would like us to see, what does the Bible say about fear? Fear, in a way, is human reality, but we can always replace it with faith. The Bible tells us to replace our fear with faith. Faith in God. Faith, that means trust in God. A trust in His promise In Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10, we read, "Do not fear, I am with you, I will strengthen you." So you have that voice from God who loves you, that tells you, trust in me, do not afraid. Trust in his love. In fact, the Bible tells us in 1 John chapter 4 verse 18, perfect love drives out fear. When you are afraid, turn to God's love. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power. This is what Paul said in writing to 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Also, when we are afraid, learn to pray instead of panicking. This is wonderful. This is what the Bible tells us. My goal in this reflection is not to abolish fear. You cannot abolish fear. You cannot do it by yourself. However, you can trust God. You can overcome fear by God's grace. So the grace of God is so important that whatever problems we may face, whatever fear we may have in our lives, his grace is sufficient for us. He is there to help us. We just need to trust him. If you feel that this is helpful or you have questions, do comment on this channel. Please also subscribe, like, and share. Thank you and God bless.